Here to tell us more is Canadian Screen Award-winning actor Stephan James, a.k.a. Team Leader Steve. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
the
me.
movie we were just talking, it's extraordinarily intense. It's action-packed. And talk about your prep, though, that went into playing an elite-level soldier. Was there actual Army training involved?
100%. Shout out to Tyler Henry. He was our military expert. I would say about a month before we actually started to film, Tyler was teaching us about the mental of a soldier, you know, preparing for something like this, the physical, you know, what we had to be physically ready for, how to move our guns and make sure that we were looking realistic. So, you know, I really felt like for a month, I was training to actually be a real Ranger.
Yeah, no, and watching it, you can tell he did a really great job because I never questioned anybody's ability. But in this movie, you guys are actually fighting against a robot alien. I'm not going to spoil anything. But when it comes to believing in extraterrestrials, the former U.S. President Barack Obama had something very interesting to say. And I want you to take a look. Let's look at this clip.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility.
All right, so that's what Barack says. You were in this movie, so I'm sure the conversation came up. So the question is, do you believe in extraterrestrial life out of this planet?
I mean, you know, if President Obama said it, then I'm inclined to believe that he's telling the truth.
Because if somebody would know.
I just hope that when they get here, the aliens, that they're a fan of my work. And that we all get it.
Yes.
It's all good.
I mean, in fairness, Obama later did clarify that he saw no evidence of aliens contacting Earth during his presidency. But, I mean, do you think if there was, like, I'm watching the X-Files right now also with my son, and so do you think that if the truth is out there, we would hear about it?
Sounds like a PR cover-up.
I know, I hear what you're saying.
All right, you know what I love about you, Stephan? You're always booked and busy doing great project after great project, and you recently signed on to play Carl Weathers in the film I Play Rocky, which looks at the making of the 1977 Best Picture Oscar winner Rocky, where Weathers played Apollo Creed. So that's a big role to take on. Of course, that's also a big man to take on. And I know that you do a lot of prep for whatever role you're going to be in. And I'm looking at Weathers' body, and I'm looking at you, and I'm just wondering, like, what kind of prep you got into, and can we see the prep? Like, did you start the prep? Has the prep started? Can we see what you've done so far?
Actually, no.
I
just shut up. I don't know how my mom would feel about that.
She's fine with it. I talked to her. She's fine with it. She's fine with it.
I'm gonna text her and ask. But no, it was really dope. We finished making the movie already. I would say that I was doing a lot of training. I was doing boxing training in the morning for a few hours, and then I would do weight training in the afternoon for a few hours. Wow. So get ready for this film. It's gonna blow you away when you see it too.
That's good. We look forward to that.
So good. Okay, speaking of legends, just last year you received the Canadian Award of Distinction because of your outstanding achievement in the entertainment industry. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, past honorees include Simu Liu, Eric McCormack, Kim Cattrall. So what did that honor feel like? Is that sort of like, does it feel like a validation or a bit of a kind of like a responsibility?
Well, I mean, it's the award of distinction, so you feel distinct, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I try to take on too much pressure with any of those things. I feel incredibly honored, incredibly humbled. And then I just try to find a way to pay it forward in whatever the way that means. So I'm grateful, I'm blessed. I feel like, you know, those awards are given for people who are like about to retire. And I'm just starting. I'm just starting. So I feel lucky and excited for the future.
That's great. And we feel lucky to have you here. We're also lucky because you're from Toronto, specifically, right? You're one of ours. You're specifically, we're from the same community of Scarborough. And I know a lot of the youth growing up were considered like, quote unquote, at risk. And I understand that your mom wanted to make sure that you and your brother Shamir, who's also a very talented actor, did not fall into any traps. I'm curious, what did she tell you guys? Because she's done a great job.
Yeah, thank you. You know, it's so funny because, you know, where I grew up, Bay Mills, it was always associated with, again, these kids that were getting into trouble. And you know, one day I remember watching the news and we saw that, you know, at-risk kids in the community. And my mom looked at us and she said, you know what, boys, I want you to know that that only means that you're at risk of being great. And, you know, that sort of perspective, yeah, you can clap for
Mom.
That sort of perspective is invaluable for a young man growing up in that place, you know, where, you know, art really isn't a thing for us as a form of expression. And so once you realize that, yeah, I can do this and this can be a real thing for me, that's a very powerful tool that has literally taken me all over the world. So I'm incredibly blessed for her.
Yeah. Your mom.
That's wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay, you mentioned your brother Shamir, who's also an actor, and he's coincidentally battled aliens before on screen, just like you're doing in this new movie.
Yeah.
So can you tell us, in real life, who do you think between the two of you would be more likely to survive an alien robot invasion?
Ooh.
I mean, that's a pretty obvious question. Yeah, obvious.
Is it?
I mean, I played Jesse Owens, so I can run, you know?
Oh, okay.
I'll be the fastest, I'll say that. I'll get away from him.
Well, we'll ask him when he's here what he thinks about that. But, you know, in the meantime, thank you so much for stopping by, Stephan.
Thank you.
All the best with this new movie, War Machine. Everybody, don't forget, War Machine is available to stream on Netflix tomorrow, March the 6th. You don't want to miss it. It's a good one.